New York City Fire Department Rescue Company 2, in a scene repeated nearly 4,000 times a year. Rescue companies are the FDNY's elite. There are only 5. Rescue-2's turf is Brooklyn, population more than 2 million. In 1990, 1/3 of Rescue-2's responses were to working fires, half of them in occupied structures. The commanding officer is Captain Ray Downey.
I'm in my 12th year as a commanding officer, and I was a firefighter here. I spent half of my career in Rescue-2. Rescue-2 responds within the borough of Brooklyn to working fires and emergencies. Emergencies can encompass anything from a young boy or a child with his hand stuck in a gumball machine to a major emergency, entrapments of individuals within heavy industry machinery. We've had impalements, collapse situations.
Anything that, you know, it's a tragic or some type of situation that someone comes upon, they see someone in need of help, what do pretty much here, they pull the firebox. And if it's something that a normal truck company can't handle because of the limited tools that they carry, then we end up responding.
Firefighter Mickey McDonald is one of Rescue-2's newest recruits, selected like all rescue members by the captain. He's impressed by the brain trust that surrounds him.
There's a lot of people that have been here for many years that have a tremendous amount of experience in fires and extrication, scuba diving. They have a lot of experiences to share that the average person couldn't see in maybe 10 or 20 lifetimes.
Partly due to the unique recruitment process, it's assured that all members of the rescue have aspired to the position. Firefighter Pete Martin is no exception.
I always wanted to be in a ladder company, and my goal was to go to a ladder company with the eventual goal of going to a rescue company. I spent 2.5 years in an engine, transferred across the floor, which means I transferred from the engine in the firehouse to the ladder company within the same firehouse, and transferred the 123 truck. Spent only 1.5 years there, and then I talked to Captain Downey for an interview. I was recommended by an officer within the firehouse to talk to the captain. And Captain Downey took me over in October of '83, and it was by far the best move of my career.
New York's rescue companies, like most rescues, function as ladder companies, but with more specialized tools and capabilities. Rescue-2 is one of 3 New York rescue companies certified as dive teams.
We do most of our training, in fact all of our training, in-house. The guy comes in the first day like you've seen today. What we do is we familiarize the guy with the dry suit and all the equipment. Normally we start out first by putting him in a pool for a couple of times. And then when we deem that he's ready to go out into the open water, we'll go down to the Navy Yard and we'll do what we call black water diving. Take him down to a depth of around 30 feet. He's always tethered, like on our operations. He's a tethered diver. We work on the signals, familiarization with the equipment. And when Lieutenant Connolly is a dive officer, when he makes a determination that the guy is ready to dive as a rescue diver, then he's a rescue company diver.
If you've ever been in this water, there's no such thing as looking. You got maybe, if you're lucky, 6 inches of visibility. Here is about the best visibility, and you can see what it's like. There isn't any, but we go down there and you feel your way along, but you got to keep a hand in front of you, and you get this close to something, you'll say you might recognize it. And we'll go in there, and then we go out to Reese Park. Sometimes we'll go there for beach diving, get used to going in the surf, which we do go there. We go to Rockaway, we're in the surf.
Members of Rescue-2 ride a wave of emotions. Often before arrival, the company is turned back, its services unnecessary, yet free for another alarm. And the simple odds are, within 3 calls, the company will be going to work. This time, it's a second alarm.
taking it back. I keep everybody out of the collapse area. They're not in yet. They almost got there. They got it now. They're going to be opening up.
You got a three-story frame. It was fully involved. Two buildings together, probably 50 foot by 100. Heavy fire on 3 floors and rapidly extending to the exposure, which is exposure 2A to the left of it. That was fully involved in fire. And then it got to exposure 2B, which would be 2 buildings down into the roof area in the car loft. That's where our main operations were, in the top floor, pulling ceilings, opening up the walls and the ceilings to prevent it to go to the last building, which was occupied. So you had the potential for 5 buildings to be fully involved.
Oh, we had a tough one. It was extreme. We went into exposure, let's see, exposure 2A originally. It's 2 buildings over from the fire building. And we searched the entire building, top to bottom. It was extremely heavy smoke condition. Checked the ceilings on the top floor to check for fire in the cock loft. In the beginning, we had no fire. We had a vent that way as we went up. All the windows were sealed in the rear of the building against vandals and burglars and stuff. So it was an arduous job opening up, checking for extension. Eventually fire came across and we had to expose the fire for the engine. We had to expose the fire for the engine and it took time to get lines in place. And towards the end we noticed that the rear wall of 2A separated from the building by about a foot. And then the 3rd and 4th floors were sagging quite a bit. So the safety battalion chief came in and ordered everybody out because of the condition of the building. And now it's a completely exterior attack until the end of the fire.
And what does it mean being a member of this close-knit team of 24 rescue pros? Just ask them.
Why do we do it? We love it, that's all.
It's the best job in the world. That's why.
You like the job?
Yeah, I love it.
I guess you could say it's the ultimate, you know. There's not much, there's nothing better. You do a little bit of everything. You know, you go everywhere. You do waterwork, scuba, you do car accidents, you do collapses, rigging, excavations, fires, you know, whatever you need, we got a tool for it. It's a good job. It's not much better.